Good evening, everyone. Well, not quite even. It's 4:28, 4:30 on 5/21/2013. It's a Tuesday, middle of the day. I actually decided to make this a little earlier because I usually get really tired at night and I don't want to deal with it at night anymore. So, a few things. Got a couple comments. One from Kim. Hello, Kim. So cute. You went on a date with your wife. Well, thank you. It was really fun. We're going again on Thursday, so it should be good. I'm not sure what I think about Star Trek. Star Trek is awesome. I'm most definitely not a Trekkie. My hubby really wants to go though. Take him. He will love it. He didn't see Twilight with me though, so I was just going. Yeah, don't compare Twilight to Star Trek. Star Trek's so much better than Twilight. Like, never even talked about Twilight or read or heard anything about it, but I'm okay with saying Star Trek's way better. I finished reading the Five Love Languages recently too. Too funny that you just read it. We totally dig the same books. Good books are for good people. What can you say? My mom got me to read it. To be honest, I didn't think it looked good at all. I thought I'd give it a read. She really wanted me to, though, and I quite enjoyed it. Keep it up, Pac-Man. Will do. Yeah, the Five Love Languages. I didn't think I would enjoy it as much as I did. Gary Chapman, the author, did a really good job at it. I feel it really he painted the picture well, and all of his examples were awesome, and the way he kind of talked about the love tank and the emotional the way that we interact and everything was just beautiful. I really enjoyed it. So and then Mindy, hello Mindy, good seeing you. Jody, I know how long people have known me for, so my name's Jordan, and in high school I used to go by Jody, and all through like elementary and everything like that. So when people call me Jody, I know I've known them for a long time. So Mindy, I've known forever. We did math when we were growing up together. So Jody, I enjoyed watching your blog. I love how you end each post positive. Well, thank you. You inspire me to be a better person and keep working towards my goals. Thank you. I'm sending positive energy and prayers your way. Well, thanks for the positive energy and prayers. I'll always take them. I think all goodness will definitely help. So, and I'm glad I'm helping to inspire you. It's the least I could do. You're an amazing person, Mindy. So I'm really excited to at least help along. I've been listening kind of to a bunch of books and reading at the same time. So the one book I'm listening to right now is called The Four Agreements, and holy crap, it's awesome. So the four agreements are: be impeccable with your word. Number 2, don't take anything personally. Number 3, don't assume anything. And number 4, always do your best. Those are just like those are the 4 agreements, and basically if you live your life by those, you'll be able to basically get through anything, which is pretty awesome. But I would definitely suggest the book to give a deeper insight to it, but like the impeccability with your word, he goes on and talks about how words are magic, and if you use negative words and stuff, you're basically casting spells or using negative black magic more or less to go and do things, because when you think of the word, you look at, like, let's say Hitler, and he used the word to mystify an entire country to do atrocities, or to do greatness. It may not be great in the sense of like what most people would say is good morally, but it was great in the sense that a lot of people followed the same idea, all based off words. So it was really cool how they painted that. Don't take anything personally. It's kind of the thought of saying, if I say something or if I do anything myself and someone else gets pissed off, or they get mad at me for that, it has nothing to do with me. Because what I said, all it did was uncover old wounds that were already there for them and made them feel that way. It had nothing to do with me, and so by not taking anything personally, it's just it makes it really good. And I think I mentioned that in a comment here. No, I was talking to one of my friends at a wedding or at a party the other day, and I've been asked a lot, like, how do I keep so positive and all that stuff. And for me, I really don't take it personally. Like, I don't take cancer personally. I don't take my disease personally. I don't take my dis-ease personally. I don't take anything that happens to me personally, because I know it's not about me. So it's a great way to live the life, is just kind of don't take it personally. It's not your fault. It's nothing to do with you. So, and the third one, don't assume anything, is really nice. I've always heard, don't assume. It makes an ass out of you and me, which is ass, you, me, assume. So I try not to assume, for sure. But I really like Louise, I forgot his name, Miguel Louise, something like that. He the author of Four Agreements, does a really good job kind of explaining. And then always do your best is just saying, I heard another way to put is 99% is impossible. It's the hardest thing in the world, but 100% is the easiest thing. So just doing things to the best of your ability all the way is totally worth it. It's so much easier than anything else. So it's a quick little rundown on 4 agreements. I've been reading Gandhi. I've really enjoyed Gandhi. The first little bit of it, I was a little worried because it was just kind of his early life, but now it's starting to get into kind of his ministry, I'd say. Right when he got to South Africa and started things down there, and it's really cool to get that. Just his viewpoint. He's talking about Christianity, and he's talking about Hinduism, and he's talking about like the plight of the Indian people, and it's just a whole enlightening just seeing that entire the entire thing I never even thought about. So I'm probably about 30% through that. So I'm burning through it though. It's great. Gandhi's an amazing person. He's one of my idols for sure. I've been doing. There's another one I listened to, Philosopher's Note, called Psycho-Cybernetics, and he goes and lists out a bunch of different keys to success. And so Psycho-Cybernetics is like, they use it for like bombs or missiles. When it goes, it has a little servo, and it constantly gets information back from its target, and it just adjusts as it goes. So Psycho-Cybernetics is saying your mind's much like that. You go somewhere and you constantly adjust to go. And so again, that's a very brief, like, quick rundown, but I don't want to talk for 40 minutes, so I'm just going to quickly go through this. But he had a bunch of keys, and like one of, let's see, Oak sleeps. Oh, and like one of the good things, that Oak sleeps in the acorn. It all starts with a dream. So kind of saying, that your brain is so powerful that you dream something, and then it gets presented out into the real world, the physical world, based off that. An oak lies in the acorn. So the acorn's a small little thing, and you put it in the ground, and it grows into this giant oak. But it all started with some tiny seed. It's the same way in your mind. Like, it starts with a tiny, tiny seed, a dream, to kind of go and grow. So key imagination, key number 1. Limited thoughts equals limited results. Live as if what you want you have. If what you want you have, your body or your nervous system can't tell the difference. So just live the way you want right now. Number 2, dehypnotize yourself is the key number 2. Everyone is hypnotized by ideas of others or from yourself. So just saying, like, anything from your past, you just have repeated it to yourself over and over and over and over and over again until all of a sudden it's just truth. But truthfully, all you did was hypnotize yourself, because you can go to a hypnotist show and they'll do the same thing. They say, you're sleepy, you're sleepy, you're sleepy, until you're sleepy. So dehypnotize yourself. So that was really good. Key number 3, rational thought. It starts the unconscious machine and sets the goals. So it's, if you rationally think about something, it's all about starting, and then don't be attached to the results, because your subconscious will go and just go from there. But if you keep trying to change it and trying to do all this stuff, you'll never get anywhere. Natural behavior and trust yourself is key number 4. So let the job be done through you. Don't try and do it. Just let it happen. Key number 5, wear the habit of happiness. So habit originally means garment. So when we look at habits, we literally are bringing on pieces of clothing, but instead of clothing, it's saying my habit is to wake up every morning and be mad at my wife. So I'm going to put that on every single morning, but all it is clothes, and all you got to do is take them off. So wear the habit of happiness. Put on the habit of happiness, and not of negativity or anything like that. Some of the questions they ask, is what one old habit needs to be let go of in your life right now. I put criticism of anything by not being attached to results. So kind of, the one habit that I've had, and then, I kind of let that go. So that was pretty cool. Good little exercise. What are your goals is key number 6. We are built to achieve goals. Get a goal worth working towards. So if you say, I hate goals and everything, well, you just haven't found a big enough goal worth working for. So just find that goal and go towards that. Nobody's right all of the time is key number 7. We progress by acting, making mistakes, and correcting. So pretty cool. Feel successful is key number 8. When you feel, you act, define, picture, then capture the feeling. Oh yeah, when you feel, you act, then you define it, then you picture it, and then you get that feelings. Let's see. Oh, that was it. Key number 8. Yeah. So very cool stuff. It was really Psycho-Cybernetics was really definitely good. I only saw that little part of it, but the Philosopher Note was great. So, and then finally, I've been working through this book called Emotional Intelligence, Coaching for Emotional Intelligence, and it asks a couple of things. So like, describe your observations and your expectations so clearly that there is little room for doubt or misunderstanding. So one of the things that I was looking at is like, one behavior I like about myself is my positive outlook on life. Specifically, how when I am about to think a negative thought, I catch it and don't let it ever complete itself. Oh crap. Our brains are like the soil of the earth. Sorry, I sometimes write in my journal, I can't read. Our brains are like the soil of the earth. A farmer who has an acre of land divides it in two, and on half of it he plants corn, on the other half nightshade. He waters it, and when the season's over and time for harvest, he has, on half of the corn a food, that's something really great, and on the other half nightshade, which is a poison and deadly. It's not the soil that cares, it's the mind itself. So, when it grows, your brain is much the same way. So when I catch those negative thoughts, I'm just catching them from planting in the seeds, and I focus on planting the corn or the positive stuff. So it's really from our thoughts, our reality. And so with the emotional intelligence, the main thing was describe your observations, your expectations so clearly that there's little room for doubt or misunderstanding. And that's what I was kind of going through there, is just kind of really, because I always live in this vagueness. Like I know when I was working pretty hard, I would always vaguely tell people, like, I need you to be better. I need you to be more professional. You're being rude. You're being all this stuff, but without really narrowing it down and really being specific, nothing ever changed. And so instead of working or the same interaction of me and subordinates or employees or anything like that, I've been doing a lot of this work on myself. So I'd look at myself and say, okay, if I was going to talk to myself about this, what would it be? And so that's where a lot of this stuff kind of comes from. So, and then one behavior I would like to set aside is my expectation in others. It's specifically with my marriage of playing the I am giving to get game. And so that kind of came from the 5 love languages, where you love for love's sake, not to get something back. And that's one of my behaviors I want to move, is I know I can see myself when I get kind of upset or anything like that. When I take that one step back, it's always like, oh yeah, that's because I'm expecting this. So just trying to get that off. So pretty cool. I think that's about it I wanted to talk on. Oh, and then my tumors, haha. So as you can see, this one is showing a lot of progress. It's all bruised and stuff. These ones are doing great over here. Like, you can barely see. I mean, you can still kind of see them, but they were a lot bigger, more pronounced. There was this one right here that was much bigger, and this one had a pretty substantial bump. So that one's definitely going down. This one is still pretty big, but it's not nearly as it's not as like massive as it used to be. I'm kind of like my chest right here, like right in the center, really hurts, and then up here, and then this whole, like from my back of my neck all the way to my shoulders, are just super sore. And I think that's from basically all this crap happening right here. So it's right here is really painful. But yeah, it's been fun. I've been I guess just kind of hanging out and thinking a lot, and kind of feeling through all these things. One of the really cool things I've been taking, like I'll take a hot shower, and then at the end I'll do a cold shower to get so your immune system kind of like reacts by getting shocked and everything like that. And this morning it was really weird. I kind of figured out how to turn off the coldness, and because I used to get in there and I'd jump around and get all like freaked out and I couldn't stand there. And today, like while I was doing it, I just kind of kept thinking. I said, pain or cold or anything like that is just relative. Like, that's all it is. So the only reason I'm feeling cold is because I'm holding on to the memory of warm. Or I'm holding on to that hotness, and so I'm suffering the coldness because of lack of warmth. Well, instead of the fear of thinking I'm losing something, I decided to switch that and say, well, if I don't compare the cold water right now to something I had previously, well, it's not going to be cold. And as shocking as it sounds, like when I really made that switch, I literally turned it on cold water and just took a couple deep breaths, and then really just kept thinking, like, it's just a comparison against hot, and I stopped feeling the cold. And so I stood in there and got really kind of wet, turned around, and it wasn't like I was there getting used to it. It literally was, I could feel the cold. I thought about that. I couldn't feel the cold anymore. All I felt was the water. And so it was really cool, and I wrote in my journal, your mind deals in multiple dimensions. It vibrates at a much higher frequency and speed. We can do far more than impossible. I learned how to turn off, feeling cold. Cold is just a relative expression of hot. If you look at the present feeling or experience with fresh eyes, you can choose what to feel and not suffer from a lack of heat, but enjoy the now how you choose. It's only with comparison do we feel pain. The first thought of fear of the previous experience, or rather the memory of it. So hope that helps you guys. And I'm doing amazing. I'm feeling awesome. I hope you guys are one step closer to your goals than I am. I know I am. So let's go and kick ass and change the world. I'll see you guys later. Peace.